What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the daily, and I'm going to show you the scary similarities that there has been going on for Bitcoin for the last few months, basically almost mirroring the price action in between January and July. Now, you might think to yourself that history doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely does rhyme. I'm going to show you we've been basically mirroring the movements for the last few months, not the last few days, the last few months. If we were to mirror this in the next couple of months, then we are entering this accumulation zone and we must go to higher levels. Now, today, we're also going to take a look at the bearish case scenario, guys. I'm going to show you how this is one of the most important levels for Bitcoin. If we start losing this range, $30,000 is very, very likely. We're going to go through this in today's episode, and I'm also going to show you the Bitcoin price on the 1 hourly. We're going to do some very short-term technical analysis, and I'm going to show you why I am in a long position right now. I am looking for that relief rally, and I'm going to show you the levels that I would be exiting my trade. So make sure to stay tuned. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe daily here on Bitcoin Crypto, also to live streams to connect with the community, guys. Let's dive in here because I want to show you how we've basically been mirroring, all right? And I know there's a lot of people, a lot of bearish people calling for 30,000, 20,000, even sub $10,000 Bitcoin. But let's go with the charts and let's go also and see some similarities that there is here with Bitcoin, because you might think that history is not going to repeat itself, but it definitely does rhyme. And I can show you here how we've basically been making almost the same price action that we did create back in January all the way till July, starting off with this major rally and this consolidation, this reaccumulation here, and we did form a big resistance and a big support level, as you can see on the chart. Something very similar that happened back in September, right, where we did hit this $52,000 range resistance and also created this support here where it was already created from this resistance, as you can see. Now, basically what happened afterwards, we did manage to break the resistance and continue to the upside, something that happened here also in October, as you can see here on the price action. And what happens afterwards is that we do break this major resistance, right, that happened right over here. Okay, the support level was broken just like it was broken here back in the day in May. Now, what we did find out here also that we did manage to come all the way down, hitting that $30,000 major support level. And this is what exactly happened on the 4th of December. We came down to retest that support, okay, that $40,000 major support, the low 40K levels right over here, as you can see. Very, very similar price action that has been happening. Now, basically, we have been mirroring these movements a little bit, off time, because it's less time here that happened in between August and January, just about a month or two. But the similar price action is there, guys. And what has happened here also in December, okay, we can clearly see that we did have that massive rally all the way up here to the major resistance zone of $52,000, where we got heavily rejected and continued to the downside. Now, this is what happened here also back in June. We came up to the low 40K, $40,000 range and came all the way back down to retest the 30K area, as you can see. Now, this is exactly what is happening right now for BTC. We are basically mirroring this price action right over here. Does this mean that we are going to have some kind of relief rally, potentially hitting $44,000, $45,000 or $46,000 in the next coming days? I do definitely think so. Now, I want to show you another thing right over here, okay, because we had this major drop here that happened on the 19th of May, which is very similar to the drop that we had on the 4th of December. Now, these drops were having high volume, all right? These drops did have high volume, and you can see the body of the candle has a massive wick of over 50%. We also have this right over here. So we're basically mirroring this kind of drop. Now, what I want to show you from the drop here on the 19th of May, all right, and once we came back down and retested the low of $30,000 from the 19th of May, I'm going to show you here with the ruler the amount of days that happened, okay? The amount of days that happened till we retested the lows was 34 days. And if we go from the drop of the 4th of December till the drop that happened, yesterday, it was also 34 days, exactly 34 days to come back down and retest the lows here of that we did create on the 4th of December, which is, very, very scary similarities right over here. Okay. Now, if you are somebody that doesn't believe in, that price action, from the past doesn't need to repeat, if I would have told you right over here that we are going to drop, and come down to retest the lows here in about 34 days, you might have thought to yourself, okay, we do not need to mirror this exact price action, but it did actually happen. So this doesn't mean that we are going to make the same price action in the coming days, but I do believe so that some kind of relief rally, and we are going to consolidate around this area after this massive drop, because we are in extremely oversold territory. I don't think there's not going to be enough steam in the next coming days to start breaking below $40,000. So some type of consolidation and relief rally is kind of almost guaranteed, in my opinion. Now, obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but I would think so, looking at the probabilities that consolidation and that relief rally staying above $40,000 in the next coming days is very, very likely. So yeah, this is what I got, guys. Some very, very similar price action, as you can see on the Bitcoin price on the daily. Now I want to show you the bearish case scenario. Okay, now enough of bullishness, enough of fractals and similar price action from the past. If we start losing this level and we can even hit the $38,000, and I'll explain why we could hit $38,000, because it is just slightly below this low. So if we were to mirror, okay, also with the price action to the downside, if I take this low over here, okay, which is round about the $29,000, you can see that we basically went slightly below this range. Okay, we were even touching the lows of this area, and we can see on the left shoulder, okay, we can see on the left shoulder right over there, if this were to be a head and shoulder, it's not the most beautiful, but this kind of price action basically, if we were, let's just call it a left shoulder, if we were to go below the left shoulder here, we would slightly go below the $40,000. So basically hitting 39 or even $38,000 is very, very possible, as we did actually came all the way down to those levels back in June and July. So if we were to close a strong daily candle below this low over here, which is below $39,000, I would say. So closing a nice strong daily candle, hitting $37,000, this would be the moment that I am strongly going to believe that we are going to come back down, okay, to the $30,000. It's just going to be very, very likely. We are losing this major strong support level right over here, which is the $40,000 range. We can give it a couple of thousand because of the volatility, just like the volatility that we had right over here in June and July. This is acceptable, but if we do close a strong daily candle, it's very, very likely that we may be going to retest even the $30,000 in the next coming weeks, guys. So this is something that we need to pay attention in the next coming days, what kind of price action we are going to have. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin here in the immediate short term, you can clearly see, right, that we have some massive bullish divergence on the 1 hourly chart, where we are creating, massive lower lows, as you can see on the price action, and the RSI is creating massive higher lows. I do think that some kind of relief rally, all right, they are playing out already because we are having some sideways action, but I think some kind of pumpy action is almost inevitable, in my opinion. Now, if we start rolling down from here and losing the 40,000, 39K levels in the next coming days, I will be very, very surprised without having some kind of relief pump. Now, if we do have that relief pump, all right, I think we have major levels of resistance. The first one being that 43.5K, as you can see here, major level where we are potentially already going to get rejected. Now, I was pretty confident to put a long position on Bybit. Okay, if you are interested in trading on Bybit, you got the best bonus down below. You got the best bonus on Femex also, up to $4,100 on both other platforms. Remember, I am getting a small commission on this. Only trade if you are experienced and don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Now, back here on the 1 hourly chart, we can clearly see, zooming in, all right, over here, that we are kind of slipping out from this descending channel that we have been creating. Okay, we have these lower highs, as you can see right over here on the chart, and we were creating these lows, also bouncing nicely as support and resistance. We are slightly getting out of this channel, not with too much volume, not with too much intention. It would be nice to get above the last low high right over here, which we are trying to, which is just round about the 42.2k levels. If we start getting above that range, I think a major relief pump is inevitable as soon as we start breaking the 42.2k. So this is what I got, guys, for this episode. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure to subscribe. I do also live streams, and make sure to check out Bitcoinsensus website, because we got the latest news and technical analysis ideas here, and we have all sorts. We also have incredible guides here on how to buy Bitcoin, how to trade it with some different patterns. Make sure to check it out. Free information down below, guys. Check out my Bybit or PrimeXBT tutorial to learn how to trade on those platforms. Thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next one.